Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to the 6th episode of PHP with MySQL Crash Course for Beginners. Operators. Operators in PHP are symbols or keywords that perform operations on variables, values, or expressions. They allow you to perform logical arithmetic assignment, comparison, and other operations within your code. And here we have got Visual Studio Code as our code editor, and if you need to learn more about VS Code, you can watch my VS based series and find the link in the description below. Let me open sample, and let's make a copy of the sample and let's rename it as operators. Alright, let's close the Explorer as well as this sample. And before we move on, let's turn on our XAMPP server. Let me bring up my terminal and let's change the directory to change the directory to opt-lamp LAMPP. Hit enter, and let's call here sudo. Or first, let's list the directories. Let's type here sudo followed by /manager Linux x64.run. Hit enter, and that should launch the XAMPP server. And let me bring it to the center and click on this manage servers, and let's start our Apache web server by clicking on this start button, and that's starting the server. Alright, let me get rid of our server and let's minimize the terminal, and let me bring up my browser and let's visit localhost followed by PHP tutorial followed by / and the name of the file that we have just created, which is operators.php. operators.php. Hit enter. Alright, so that looks pretty fine. Let me zoom in a bit and let's resize the browser as well as our editor. Now let me add some PHP tags, and first of all we are gonna jump into the arithmetic operators. Let me comment this out and go to the next row. That should add it. Why is it adding? Okay, now let's define a couple of variables. Say $a is going to be equals to 10 semicolon, and $b is going to be equals to say 5. Let's go to the next row and say let's start with addition operator. Let's comment that out, go to the next row, and let's add $sum equals to $a plus $b semicolon. Let's go to the next row and let's echo sum. Let's concatenate $sum variable. Okay, and let's add some line break after adding semicolon. Hit enter, and to turn auto reload on you will need to turn on a couple of extensions. I'm going to open this document in our live server, so let's click on this go live button, close this tab, and let's get back to VS Code. Let's right click here and click on this PHP server to turn the PHP server on. And once you have started both the extensions, now you will need to refresh the page manually once, and let's see if auto reloads working. Hit save. Yes, that's working now. Now after that, if you wanna calculate a difference, so let's comment that out and go to the next row, and let's define a new variable. Say difference is going to be equals to $a minus $B, add semicolon, go to the next row, and let's echo within quotes difference is colon, and let's concatenate dollar, the variable that we have just defined, and let's add some line break as well. Let's add period there, so that's why it was showing some error, and hit save, and we get the difference is 5. 10 minus 5 is equals to 5. Next, say if you want to find a product of two variables, let's concatenate, go to the next row, and let me add some room before we move on. Okay, so let's go all the way up, and let's define a new variable here. Say $product equals to $A, and this is the sign of multiplication, and let's add another variable which is $B, followed by semicolon, go to the next row, and let's echo within quotes, say product colon period $product, and semicolon, let's go to the next row, and let's add some line break. Hit save, and the product of the two variables is 50. And then say if you wanna divide, or let's comment that out, so you can do that just by adding a new variable, say quotient is going to be equals to $A divided by $B, followed by semicolon, go to the next row, let's echo TIENT quotient colon, followed by period $quotient semicolon, go to the next row, let's add some line break, hit save, and the quotient and the answer is 2. And secondly, let's talk about assignment operators. Let's comment that out, and let's define, or let's go all the way up. Now let's define a variable here, say $C is going to be equals to 15, and terminate the statement, go to the next row, and let's add a variable here that we have just defined, $C, and here is an operator, say plus equals to 5, and this is same as C equals to C plus 5. Let's go to the next row and echo addition assignment colon, let's concatenate $C, hit semicolon, go to the next row, let's add some line break, hit save, and that is 20, because if you add 5 to 15 that becomes 20. Now let's go to the next row and add here. Now let me show you the subtraction assignment, and let's comment that out, go to the next row, and let's add a variable $C minus equals to 3, and this is same as C equals to C minus 3. Let's go to the next row and let's echo within quotes subtraction assignment, or let's add a answer is. Let's copy and paste that here as well. Let's concatenate $C semicolon, let's add I'm gonna wrap my editor. Let's go to the next row and let's add some line break. It's safe, and we get the answer is 17. And after that, let me show you multiplication assignment operator. Let's comment that out and go to the next row, and let's add $C, multiply that, and equals to say 2, followed by semicolon, and this is same as C equals to C into 2. Let's go to the next row and let's echo multiplication assignment answer is semicolon, and let's concatenate the variable that we have just defined, which is C, followed by semicolon. Go to the next row and let's add some line break. Hit save and let's scroll down, and the answer is 34. Let's go all the way up, and after multiplication assignment operator, we are going to discuss about division assignment operator. Let's comment that out and go to the next row, and let's add here $C is going to be equals to, this is the sign of division, equals to say 4, and this is same as C equals to C divided by 4. Now let's go to the next row and echo division assignment operator. Answer is colon, and let's concatenate $C followed by semicolon. Go to the next row and let's add some line break. Hit save and we get the answer is 8.5. After that, let's move on to increment and decrement operator. Let's comment that out, go to the next row, and I'm going to define here a new variable, say counter is going to be equals to 5, and let's add $counter plus plus, and this expression is same as counter is equal to counter. I forgot to add the $sign there, counter, and let's add 1 in there. And if you echo the results, let's type in here increment operator, answer is colon, let's concatenate $counter followed by semicolon, and let's add line break. Hit save and see the answer is 6. That simply adds 1, whatever the value of the variable is. And after increment operator, let's see decrement operator. Let's comment that out and go all the way up. So what you can do here is simply add counter minus minus semicolon, and this is same as $counter equals to counter plus, or sorry, minus 1. Let's go to the next row and echo say decrement operator answer is colon, and let's concatenate dollar counter variable followed by semicolon, and let's add some line break. Hit save and scroll down, and the answer is 5. That simply subtracts value of 1 from the variable. Next we are going to discuss comparison operator. Let's comment that out, go to the next row, and I'm going to define a couple of new variables here. Say $A is going to be equals to 10, and $B is going to be equals to 5 semicolon. Let's go to the next row, and first of all let's see equal operator. Let's comment that out, go to the next row, and here I'm gonna define if-else statement. So if the condition is true, say if $A is equals to $B. So that's how you can assign equal to operator, meaning double equal sign. So this block of code will be executed, otherwise the else block of code will be executed. So I'm gonna echo here $A is equal to $B, and if you want to display the dollar sign within double quotes, you will need to use escape character here. So simply add backslash to before both the variables, and then also add some line break. Let's copy, and if the condition is not true, so simply say $A is not equals to $B. Hit save, and let's scroll all the way down. $A is not equal to $B, obviously, and if I make, let's comment that out for now, and $A is equals to 5, $B is also equals to 5. Now if you hit save, the result is $A is equals to $B. Alright, so let's undo that, hit save, and let's go all the way up. And likewise we also have not equal to operator. Let's comment that out, go to the next row, and let's again specify here if-else statement, and you can add not equal to operator just by say $A with a sign of exclamation equals to $B, and this whole expression means that if $A is not equals to $B, so this sign of exclamation denotes not. This block of code will be executed in that case if the condition is true. So let's echo within quotes, let's copy, it's not equal to, let's copy this whole line of code from here, and let's paste that in here and here as well. Not equals to, so this block of code will be executed, otherwise this one. So is equal to, let's make some changes here and hit save and see the result. $A is not equals to $B. Now let's go all the way up, not equal to, and after that let's move on to greater than. Let me add a symbol, operator, greater than operator. Say if you wanna check that if some value is greater than some other value, you could do that just by, let me again add here if-else statement. So we can pass in here say $A and the sign of greater than, which is right angle, greater than $B. So let's copy this code from here and let's paste that in here. So $A is greater than $B. Let's copy that, and otherwise this block of code will be executed. Say $E is not greater than $B. Hit save, and if we scroll all the way down, $A is greater than $B because the value of $A is right here. This is 10, and 10 is obviously greater than 5. Now after that we have less than. Let's copy this whole block of code, and you can copy down with, if you are using Linux, I have made some changes in hotkeys. So what I'm actually using is Shift Alt or Option down or up to copy the line of code down or up. Now let's make some changes here. I'm gonna make this so less than, and the symbol is left angle bracket, and let's make this say less than. Hit save, and we get the answer here is $A is less than $B. Next we are gonna move on to greater than or equal to operator. Let's comment that out, go to the next row, let's scroll all the way up, and let's add here if else statement, and the condition would be say $A, or simply cut that from here, and I'm gonna copy previous block of code because I'm very lazy at typing. So you can make some adjustments here. Say if $A is equal to or greater than $B, so is, let's make this is greater than or equal to $B. Let's copy and paste that in here. Is not greater than or equal to $B. Hit save, and let's scroll all the way down. $A is greater than or equal to $B. Let's add some space here. Hope that makes some work. I don't know why it's not adding some space. Sorry, I am adding space to the wrong line of code. Let's come here and add equal to, hit save, and that should add some space there. Okay, so $A is greater than or equal to $B, and likewise you can have, say, I have just copied the previous code. I'm gonna change less than or not equal to, or say simply less than or equal to operator. So you will need to make a little change here. Let's replace that right angle bracket with the left angle bracket, so that becomes $A is less than or equal to $B. Hit save and see the result. $A is not less than or equal to $B. Let's scroll all the way up. After that, now we are going to move on to logical operators. Let's comment that out, go to the next row, and first I'm going to define here a couple of variables. Say is true equals to true, semicolon, go to the next row, dollar is false. It's going to be equals to false, semicolon, and let's discuss about, first of all, let's discuss about logical and it can be denoted as these two signs or symbols operator. Let me code that as well. Let's comment that out. So this is the first logical operator that we are going to discuss. Let me add, or let's scroll all the way up. Let me add some if else statement, and the condition can be, say, dollar is true and dollar is false. So if both the conditions are true, then we are going to echo within quotes, say, logical and operator colon, say, both conditions are true. And let's go to the next row and add some line break, and let's copy this block of code. If the condition is not true, this block of code will be executed. Logical, I forgot to add. Let's fix the typo error true, as well as add some semicolons. All right, and here we also have the typo error operator, logical and operator. Come on, I made too many mistakes here. Logical and operator, both conditions are true, both conditions are false. Okay, hit save and see the result. Logical and operator, both the conditions are false, because both the variables are not true. Is true is equals to true and is false equals to false. So in that case, both the conditions are not true. That's why we get both the conditions are false, or that should be are not true. Both the conditions are, say, not true. Yes, that should make some logic, reasonable logic. True. All right, logical operator, one condition is false. Logical and operator, at least one condition is false. Or let's make this, say, one at least, or at least one condition is false. Save. Okay, so that says logical and operator, at least one condition is false. So here both the conditions are not true, because is true is equals to true and is false is equals to false. So among both the conditions, this condition is false. So that's why we get this block of code, logical and operator. And likewise, we also have logical or operator. Let's comment that out and go all the way up, and let's add if else statement again, and let's add in here, and you can denote logical or operator with the help of these two pipe characters that you can find with the backslash. And hopefully I added logical operators, that is and this is or. Let's go all the way up and let's add the condition. Say dollar is true, or denoted by double pipe characters, dollar is false. Let's go to the next row and type in here echo with quotes, logical or operator colon, say, at least one condition is true. And then let's add some line break, and let's copy that and paste that here, and say if the condition is not true, let's add semicolon. I forgot to add there. So if the condition is not true, so this block of code will be executed. And let's make a little change here. operator. Let's make this both conditions are false. Hit save and see the results. Logical or operator, at least one condition is true. And why do we get this block of code? Because in both the conditions at least one condition is true. Is true is equals to true, and is false equals to false. So one condition is true, one condition is false. That's why this block of code was executed. And finally, let me scroll up. And finally, you'd like to know, say, logical not, and denoted by sign of exclamation that we discussed, I guess, earlier. Not operator, logical not operator. Let's comment that out, go to the next row and define here if else statement. Let's add a condition here, say $not is false. $not, sorry, I added it right there, $is false. And if it's not true, by adding sign of exclamation that denotes the not logical operator, so this block of code will be executed. Say echo codes logical not operator colon the condition is true. Or if the condition is not true, let's add some semicolon as well as line break. And if the condition is not true, this block of code will be executed. And here you would like to say that logical not operator, the condition is going to be false. It's safe. And since the condition is not true, the condition is true, because is false equals to false, and we have already added logical not operator. That's why it becomes true. That's why this block of code was executed. And that was all about operators in PHP. If you have any question, you just feel free to comment below, and do not forget to like, share and subscribe the channel. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Thanks for watching and see you next time.